Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this particular video we're going to describe what a sacco is, and without further ado, let's get into this video. What exactly is a sacco? A sacco is actually an acronym, guys. It's savings and credit cooperative. It's a group of people who save together. You guys put your money together, you can borrow from this group, save in this group, and then the group is actually run by its own members. There are different kinds of saccos, but as saccos grow, they open the doors for the public to join. What do saccos honestly do? You know, I personally used to hear this word being thrown around, and I honestly did not know what it meant. I'd like to tell you that if you hear of a sacco, if you want to read about saccos, there's a website known as www.sarsa.go.ke. Sacco Society's regulatory authority. They are the people who regulate the saccos that come about. Before you actually invest your money in a sacco, it would be good for you to go type it on there and see, have they been regulated? Are they actually a credible sacco? Because if the sacco is not on that website, it's a no-go zone, okay? So what do saccos do? I've come about three things that saccos are actually known for. 1, savings, 2, credit, and 3, investing opportunities. For saccos, it would be best if you're saving in a sacco because you intend to borrow. It is because a sacco is a very forgiving credit financial institution as compared to a bank. So with savings, I've realized that every sacco has a minimum amount that you must contribute monthly towards your sacco. 2, you cannot access this money unless you 1, borrow a loan or exit the sacco. The main important factor for you with saccos is because you're saving to get credit, right? So the people that the sacco loans out their money to during the year, there is some interest, right, that they have to pay to the sacco. So those are the dividends that you as a member of a sacco will be paid according to your contribution. The interest paid out in a sacco is actually better than, i.e., fixed deposit accounts or whatever your bank is giving you. Lending is, I join the sacco, I need money, they give me money at a percentage. That money, once I pay it back with interest, the sacco finds a way to collect all that money from different members and distribute it among its members as dividends. The second thing is investments. Some saccos actually invest their money with other securities, i.e. the bills and the bonds of the government issues, and whatever interest or whatever money they receive from these bonds or bills, it does just the same thing. They get the money and then they distribute the money to their members. Dividends can range from 8 to 15%. And this is per annum, yearly. However, most of them are typically plus or minus 10%. I've watched one story on Google of this sacco that paid out almost 20% to its members because it had such an amazing year. And I'm thinking 20%, that is a mad profit. So the second thing about saccos is borrowing. So this is what saccos are known for. If you join a sacco, depending on the amount of savings you have, you actually can borrow 3 times that amount. So what is the interest rate that you're going to be paying back? Most saccos have an interest rate of 1% per month. So if you count that ideally, because most of the loans that saccos will give you will be plus or minus a year, that is 12%. So you're going to be getting this loan at 12% interest. However, there are some saccos that give you at 1.5, which is high, and if you calculate that 1.5% times 12, that is almost 18%. So this is now where I'd actually tell you, if you are trying to get credit and you go to your bank and they actually tell you that only we can give you this loan at 14 or 15% or 16, I think. What is the percentage right now of loans in the bank? Thereabout. And then you go to your sacco and it's 18%, I would rather just go the bank route, right? However, again, another thing to ask is the loan on reducing balance, because if you're given a loan in a reducing balance setup, it's more affordable for you, in the sense that if I borrowed 90k and then I've been given interest on reducing balance, so every time I'm paying back a part of my loan, the interest is charged to the last principal amount that is showing in my account and not the initial amount that I had initially borrowed. So that's another thing, guys. However, most people will tell you that they prefer borrowing loans from a SACCO because, guys, a SACCO is very forgiving. People borrow loans from SACCOs because the SACCO interest rate is fixed. So if you're borrowing a loan and it's 12%, it's 12%. But then, guys, for a bank, sometimes it's flexible. The percentage can be mirroring how the economy is performing or what the central bank has demanded them. Weigh your pros and cons and see, okay, which side is ideally best for me as a person. Because don't forget, guys, borrowing is essentially how well will you pay it back. And that's where it's important for you to think of yourself first, because if this is money that you've been lent, what is your ability to pay? Who is offering? Yes, it could be a lower interest, but who is more flexible? Who can you talk to? You know, it's hard for you to tell a bank that, oops, I'm sorry, and can you guys push this month? I'm not able to pay. But then you're a SACCO, I mean, it's run by its members. You can easily negotiate and talk and push it forward for you to be able to pay. So sometimes I see why SACCOs could ideally be chosen over banks, because you can create this relationship with your SACCO members or the people running your SACCO to be on your side. How do you borrow from a SACCO? What I've come to learn is you need a guarantor. A guarantor is basically someone who is part of the SACCO and will guarantee you so that you're able to borrow within the SACCO. SACCOs give you unsecured loans as long as Olive is your guarantor. And for example, my shares, or rather my total contribution in the SACCO is 100k, for example 30k, and she's borrowing a loan for 90k, the money that is on top is 90 minus 30, which is 60k, right? So I guaranteeing her is me telling the SACCO, if anything goes wrong, you can actually use my money to pay back her debt. So me having 100k is enough to be a guarantor for her to get this loan. So ideally, if you're trying to enter a SACCO, you need to enter a SACCO where you know people. So if you're going to be guaranteeing each other, if I am guaranteeing you and you want to be guaranteed by me, there has to be a level of trust and respect. I doubt you would go to a SACCO and a stranger would guarantee you, like, why? They do not know you. But a friend or a family or a co-worker or someone you've known for at least a good amount of time is easier for them to guarantee you, because ideally is them saying, okay, I'm ready to lose my savings and my shares if this person does not pay the SACCO back. Depending obviously on the amount you've saved or you've borrowed, some SACCOs can ask you to have 3 guarantors or 4 guarantors or just guarantors equal to your contribution. So again, that is something you also need to check. However, like I've said, there are some SACCOs that now are taking a form of asset or a form of security to be a guarantor for your loan. In the event where you've entered a SACCO and you actually don't know anyone, I've seen on articles that there are some SACCOs that actually accept you to give us your logbook for the car, or give us your title deed for your land, or give us some form of security for us to hold on, because maybe 1, you don't know anyone within the SACCO, or 2, the SACCO actually has accepted a security or an asset to be a guarantor for you. An asset can actually eliminate the reason or the need for you to have a guarantor. When you have borrowed from a SACCO, you do not stop saving. And that's another thing that many people actually love about SACCOs is, I mean, you're forced to save. You're forced to save. There's nothing else. There are 3 types of loans that SACCOs can give you. One is an emergency loan. These are loans that are short-term. In the event of an emergency in your family, a loved one who's gone, or bills that have to be paid like school or medical, they do actually offer emergency loans. However, the emergency loans, the interest rate is a bit higher. And the tenor of that loan is a year. So you'll be given a year to actually pay back that loan. So the second type of loan is development loan. So this is basically the standard loan that the SACCO offers, which that I mentioned most of the time the percentage is 12% depending on your SACCO, and a standard or development loan tenor is 3 to 5 years. So most of the time you see someone has borrowed a loan to buy a car, who has borrowed a loan to service land that they want to buy or finish up property that they're trying to do. So that is now the standard loan that you can get. Third loan is a refinancing loan. I actually didn't know about a refinancing loan. So basically it's a loan that the SACCO gives you to finance another loan that you have. And I was just like, this sounds like something I would utilize. Because guys, let me tell you, you see these mobile apps, you've borrowed a loan to maybe offset something in your business because you need to, and then the day has reached, so you use this other mobile app to help you refinance this app, then you're left with this one for you to clean up. And let me tell you, it works wonders. So, yes, you can actually borrow a loan to finance another loan, for example a bank loan that you want to get it over and done with, the interest is mad, let me get it over and done with, then you're left with your SACCO loan as you battle it softly until you're also done with that one, okay? Final thing that SACCOs offer is investment opportunities. Again, how amazing, other than the saving and the borrowing. So SACCOs are very development oriented, because think about it, I mean, we have so much money. How do we make this money work for us? Okay, some SACCOs offer projects or investment opportunities for its members. This can be land, this can be property. This is something that the SACCO can actually chip in all together and then buy this particular item and then divide it among the members. People were able to acquire investments like in a snap of a button. Like you've been saving and saving and saving, and then the good thing with a SACCO, guys, you don't have to remove your dividends or spend your dividends. Just return them back. Return them back, but see, watch, and they just keep growing and growing together. And when I read that, I was like, that is so cool. So I believe that there's so many reasons why you should join a SACCO, but before you join a SACCO, at least you now know the 3 basic things that you can get from a SACCO. Let me tell you guys, SACCOs have become so big that they have sales agents. Those are the 3 things you need to ask: savings, borrowings, and investment opportunities. How do I join a SACCO? Factors to consider while choosing a SACCO. Other tips that I should, put my ears up while I'm searching for a SACCO. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned till the end of this video.